As for live shows, we are unwrapping number 3. If you want all the news and info, this is the place to be.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Get ready to rumble!
Oh, yes.
Yeah, remember?
Oh, yeah. It's hard with our limited space.
Yeah, and also the shirt's really constricting, but you know I'd be doing it.
Oh, we're just jamming. We hope you're jamming at home, watching the live feed. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Becky Sattero, and I have some amazing panelists sitting to my left. You can find me at Becky Sattero on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And my lovelies, where can the world find you?
Yes, OMG, thanks so much for being here, you guys. We can't wait to get in the conversation. I am Tiege Dooley-Panko, and you guys can find me at TiegDP pretty much everywhere. So we'll see ya there.
See ya there, because I'm going to follow you and you today
Ooh,
again.
you already lucky. Lucky for us.
What is up, everybody? I'm Asaf. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube, my music and all this stuff. Asaf Goren 1. Rawr.
Oh my gosh, because he's a cheetah. Did you get it?
Gosh.
He's a cheetah, so he's doing all of this today.
Asaf is on the prowl.
Yeah.
tonight.
Trying to keep up with you.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky to.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, we have so much to talk about.
So much.
So everyone at home who may not know this, planet Earth, we were blessed enough to be at the carpet right after the live show. So we have so much to just uncover and talk about.
Would you
tonight.
like to talk about I feel like I need to say it. I must say it, and we have to talk about Logan. Let's talk about him real quick. Oh my God.
Oh, that kid is like a freak of nature. The fact that he was in the bottom 3 last week blows my mind. The kid is, I think now he's proving himself, and you're like, oh, you know, there's no denying this kid is absolutely talented. Travis Wallace said he wants to work with him. He can't wait to get his hands on him.
He's very, of course, he's talented. I mean, being in the bottom, like, it can happen, like, especially right now, in this time of the show, it just can happen to anyone.
Yeah, and I think that it was important because one of the things that is happening with Logan that we've talked about in the past is that the connection is not quite there.
Right.
But when I interviewed he and Allison, they were talking about how he's trying to bring on different shapes, and I'm hoping that Allison will bring out a little bit more of his personality because, yes, when we interviewed him, he was so amazing. His energy and personality for days, but I think when he gets on stage, it just becomes... He's just such a technician, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what they have. Their jive was out of this world, and Allison talked about that, how hard that jive was.
Yeah, well, that was hard, and you know what? Who else thought that they had a tougher time? I talked to Robert and Taylor, and they said that their samba was tough. I mean, they both said that they had like very, very small amounts of training. So I think that was, but I think they did a great job. The judges,
they did a great job.
The judges were underwhelmed, but I loved what they said about how like you cannot learn samba in a week.
In a week.
I mean, most of these dances, I mean, we shouldn't undercut. Most of these dances these dancers are learning are not easy. And the theme of the week, which I talked about in my press release, you can read it online, but it was just they were out of their comfort zone. So many of these dancers were out of their comfort zone this entire night, which is what we want to see, right?
But I forgive them.
Well, and one guy
I totally forgive them.
One guy who is the best at jumping out of their comfort zone, no matter what it is Lex. Lex and Gabby, you can give them anything and they're going to kill it.
Yes.
That kid, I can't wait for them to do contemporary.
I mean,
that's what I'm most excited
sometimes
for.
to get, I tell you, that's what I think. Sometimes to get some personality or extra personality from someone is to get the right choreographer and the right choreography for him. Lex on this one was the best.
Extraordinary. Well, and Mary Murphy talked about that. There was not a lot left to be desired in this. They were so happy that they blew the judges away with that Broadway. And I mean, again, like she said, it could tour tomorrow or yesterday. You know,
it reminds me like the old days of like Fred Astaire and stuff. They didn't fell from the original one, from like those kind of those routines, and it was really beautiful.
It was.
Oh
they
my
made
God.
it look effortless, which
Gabby?
is what you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's great. Also, sorry, I just want to mention that we are in the live chat. You guys are amazing. There's so much already I'm catching up on. And also for you guys in the live chat, make sure you check out our interviews. They're up from this week, so you guys can get a little bit more in depth with the contestants, the All-Stars. We got a lot of juicy info.
We did.
Lex and Taylor are dating. I got all the dates.
Yes.
So check that out and let us know what you think in the comments. And also keep talking in here, so we're having a lot of fun.
Good stuff. And we're going to try to add in, in following weeks, clips into our show in case, you haven't seen them. So that is a great
This is a
tip.
great. I would like to go back again to Gabby and Lex.
Okay.
I would say this, and this is a statement for me that this is definitely the best routine Lex has ever had on the show.
Whoa, that's
definitely.
That is bold. Yeah.
Oh, he was just he was just having a great time. Gabby, she been there for him. She was slick and sexy.
Yeah.
And I think it's also with the wardrobe. The wardrobe did a great job, and it was beautiful. You know.
A lot of things have to intersect and come together, and we saw that with their routine. That it was all of those things with the whole package. And I also love that Travis had said that he had worked with Lex and wants to get a hold of Lex as well. So we are in for a treat if Gabby. Can you imagine Gabby and Lex drawing?
Oh, I
well,
can't.
even oh my gosh, Logan and Allison too drawing Travis out of the hat.
Right. Oh, I literally can't wait.
Sometimes you just need the right choreographer, the right choreography, and that's it. You got it.
Right.
Right.
Who was the choreographer this time? What's his name?
For who?
For Gabby and Lex? Warren.
Carlisle.
Yeah, Warren.
Carlisle.
Warren killed it. He did a
did
great
kill
job.
it.
And I would look, in this type of routine, like Broadway especially, you gotta be an actor a little bit.
Right.
Gabby, she was a straight up actress. And sometimes you gotta bring it out of you, just fake it until you make it. And I think because Gabby stood up and she was the actress this time, she brought it from Lex as well. And you could see it in the... I just loved him to see that, like, his eyes going all over and like smiling all the time, just getting into the character, and it was great. Definitely the best routine of the night, the best routine Lex has ever.
I love
ever
that. So that's your
Yeah.
pick for your favorite. Then how about you, Teague?
100%,
What was your
100%.
what stood out to you?
Favorite dance of the night. You know what? It might be Kiki and Jenna. Oh wait, just kidding. JK, forgot. I can't believe I forgot.
Kiki
but
and Jenna?
Mark, no.
Yeah.
Well, I loved them, but I also loved Mark and Comfort.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What?
They're contemporary.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! And I've been listening to that song on repeat.
I was gonna say, tell everybody.
Like, oh my god, driving. I mean, it's a little sad, but
It is
so
sad.
good.
But Shazam this music, you guys. Whenever you hear, the songs to these dances, Shazam them and grab them and just support the artist. Because
Right.
sometimes we forget about
Right.
the musicians and the artists.
Right, and that's, I think, actually one of the coolest things about So You Think You Can Dance is everybody has a platform. You know, the choreographers get to be seen,
True.
the dancers get to be seen, the artists and the musicians.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one of the guys, his friends. I'll pull up his song from last week, and but I'll find that and shout him out too,
and
because he did a great job.
What about the red carpets?
And the song, the
They
song
also
that we
have
played
to see.
post on our show last week, one of our
Yes.
engineers knows the.
Oh, that's what it was.
the
Dragon.
artist.
Dragon. We played Dragon.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Good
That's what I wanted to
music.
shout out. That.
Yes.
It's a
And
really
then
great
also I
song.
loved, we've talked about Mark's solo because I loved that he used Ed's rendition of I See Fire. Love me
Yes.
some Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
Woo!
right.
So anyway, we'll talk about Mark and Comfort, but you loved that routine. And
Mark and Comfort?
It was just phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What stood out to you the most about that?
I think how can you not love them? I think
Right.
Mark is doing a great job. He's bringing such a soft side and different side
And you
to the
interviewed
show.
them, so maybe talk about
Definitely.
that. What you got from
Right.
them.
I wanted to know the reasons that they do what they do, like why they choose those kind of like emotions and movements, because it's an inner thing. As he said, it's an inner thing. Dance is very spiritual for him.
Yes.
And it took him, that's what they said both. Mark is
Right.
27 years old. It took him 27 years to accept himself.
Right.
And it took him a lot of time to dig deep down to say, like, I'm worth
Yes.
something.
And I love that
can
he
do
said
this.
he's dancing for himself. Granted,
Right.
it's for his family, it's for
Right.
his fans, but he's just at a place where he's like, I'm dancing for me. And I think that's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
But he also mentioned longevity, that he and Comfort want longevity.
Yes.
So
Right.
they have that friendship there. Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
think
they're a
we
good
all-
pair. And I
Sorry.
think that like soul to soul level, they're connected. You know, it's so funny. I feel like the people that are left really have that connection, like way beyond
I just got
like
chills
just a
when you said that.
friendship.
Definitely,
But
that's so
like
true.
when I think of connection, I think of Mark and Comfort, I think Robert and Taylor,
Marco
Gabby
and
and Lex,
Koine.
and Marco and
Marco and
Koine.
Koine.
They still haven't admitted to me that they're dating, but I swear to God, you guys, it's
coming
gonna
out.
come out. And if they don't give it to us first,
Gosh.
I'm gonna be a little upset.
Oh la la.
I'm telling you, it is
Drama. It's a family show,
well,
and
and
there's still drama.
I swear, Logan and Sydney. I know they're just friends, but this is just the top 10 of romance.
There's
really.
never just
We just
friends.
really want it to happen. Is the thing. Dance
I
couples
know.
are so cute.
I know, it's so amazing.
Who want to dance with me?
Yeah, wait.
Well, you got to dance. You got to do a little jive with Comfort and Mark.
But they're always dancing, and I just love to dance. But I want to say that I love this routine of Mark and Comfort again because there was like a balance. First of all, as a dancer, I always see like I can see mistakes or like things that were like try to be like sliding off the routine. Anyway,
Sure,
the bridge
flying
was
under the radar.
yeah, the bridge was kind of off there. You remember the bridge together? Never mind, but it's okay. But those kind of routines, this kind of choreography, the dance itself, those what makes someone start dancing for me. Someone
Right.
like that's what makes you
an emotional
try new things.
connection.
Exactly. That one makes you move to America. This type of
Yeah.
dance, like that's what I'm saying. Like dance is way beyond just dancing.
And so on that topic of moving to America, Dassy and
Oi.
fik-shun,
Yes.
again, so many. I think theirs is tied with Logan and Allison's for me, but Dassy
Yeah.
and fik-shun stood out because, again, we got to see the sexy, sultry, funky side of Dassy, and I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty amazing. And
Yes.
and when I interviewed them, fik-shun said that it's Peaches. That's her alter ego. The Peaches got to be.
Yeah.
Come out and play a little bit.
and we
so
all love peaches.
we do love Peaches.
Yeah.
It's in the season right now
You
as
guys,
well.
there's an interesting comment in here, and I want to comment on it. Lucy, thanks for joining the combo. You said, I'm surprised the show hasn't played up the relationship between Taylor and Lex, but I'm glad they haven't. Okay, I'm glad they haven't, but I think it's coming because the first week I interviewed Mary Murphy, and she said, towards the end, we might be switching up the partners.
Yes.
We
Oh,
might
they're gonna do
be-
it next week.
Yep.
They're gonna do it
Really?
next
It's
week.
happening?
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard they were
confirmed?
I heard they were
what's his
switching
name?
up
What's his
partners too.
name?
But
Is
I
that confirmed?
Nigel. Yeah, Nigel said it. He was like, he wasn't supposed to say it, but he was like, but next week, they're gonna dance with each other.
I read that, but I did not know how.
I don't know if that's
specific it
confirmed,
was.
but I do think that is gonna. I think that we're gonna start to see a little bit more.
Ooh,
Like,
could you imagine?
OMG,
Oh.
Taylor and Lex.
I would like to
Also-
see. I definitely would
I
like to
can't,
see
I-
Ellie.
you guys-
Wait,
Yeah.
Gabby and Lex and Logan. Game over.
But
Yeah.
I will say that Taylor and Logan and Lex, I feel, are three. I think we all kind of. I mean, depending on really how you feel,
Right.
they're my three kind of front runners right now.
For sure.
But I just think like pairing two of them, that trio.
Right.
Oh my.
Yeah, and Robert, well, he's an all-star, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
mixing him in.
I
with
wonder
the-
how. Yeah, I wonder how that will work if they're switching up the dancers. Like, how will the all stars?
I'm not
work into
sure.
that.
I'm
Maybe
not sure.
they're just gonna dance with each other, and the All Stars are not going to be anymore. Or they will just come back like in the week after. I don't really know, but
Yeah,
It'll
it
be
makes
a
lot of
treat
sense.
to see that kind of unfold.
Yeah,
you know?
and you know what? I don't know because I saw Mark. I am such a stalker. I saw Marco and Robert were at the gym this morning. They weren't like practicing already, and it's Wednesday, and they get Tuesdays off. That's the way it goes. And then Wednesday they start
Rehearsals,
rehearsal.
yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're in rehearsal now.
Maybe they're-
Or I don't
yeah.
know. But
let's
maybe
let's
they're
let's
not,
call
like-
him Mark.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my friend.
It's
Okay.
good. It's good stuff, though. I mean, we're. I think we're in for a lot of surprises.
And
Oh yeah,
I'm so
definitely.
excited.
In this part of the competition already, I mean everything counts, and
Well, and I
You
feel
know,
like
that-
I don't. I'd love to hear your guys' input on this, but and even those of you who are watching on the thread, but. I feel like they have to change it up a little bit. You can't keep just the same all-star with the same dancer because I wonder, is the all-star helping pull votes? You know what I'm saying?
True,
right.
for sure.
We don't know for sure. There's no proof of that, but there are
don't know.
favorites.
also,
you
but
know
this
what
is
I
why
mean?
this is why there is also solos on the show, like in every
Absolutely.
episode. But I think like in this time of the show, I would like to see. Oh la la! I know. I want to see a surprise. I want to see something more different. Like as you said, like they're gonna pair each other. Like in the previous seasons, they used to do it as like it was a normal concept,
Right.
Without the
Right.
all
I would
stars
love
and
to
stuff.
see Dassy and Kaylee do a little something. They both just have
I
something
thought
in
about
them.
it. I
Little
thought
funk.
about it, but they're like, think about it. Dassy, she's a hip hop dancer. Like she's a
No,
popper.
but they both have like just such unique quality
They're
about
both
their dance.
strong.
Ooh.
I would really like to see fik-shun with Impavado. Is that how
Oh,
it's
if
Impavido,
you're
yeah.
pairing
Impavido.
all-star. If you're pairing
Yes.
all-star. I was
I've
comparing.
been
or I
trying
was-
to call her that by now.
Impavido, yeah.
I think
Impavido.
you're
If you're-
I
if
think
you're-
that would be cool.
If
I
you're
think you're
pairing
right.
up,
Yeah, if you're, I
but
don't know
who
how
would
it's
you
gonna,
who would you love to see if you're pairing the contestants?
if you're pairing the contestants?
Yes.
I don't know.
Actually, I think I want to see Koine and Impavido.
Ooh.
I know they're.
Two
What
contemporary
about
dancers.
Kaylee and Kiki?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
I know.
You know what? The first week, I just
know.
wasn't sure how far Kiki could make it,
I
but
know.
he is blowing this competition out of the park.
But
Yeah, he's
here's the
had some
thing,
good
like
weeks.
we're
That's
left with
great.
only.
I mean, good for him.
How many people left? 7,
We have 8.
8 people.
Yep.
Like you gotta judge everyone. That's how I judge it. Like that's how I see it. 8 people. I'm choosing and I'm picking each and every one like who I think is going to be in the final, at least final 4.
Right.
And unfortunately, Kiki is a great dancer, but I don't see him in the final 4.
Yeah.
But who I do
don't
see,
know,
you know,
though. He's-
Logan, I see Lex, I see Impavido.
I'd like to see
you
Kiki
know,
there to
I see
break the
Desi.
ballroom curse because we know the ballroom curse is there. But
Right.
I don't know.
I'm not sure he's the one that gets us
I don't
there.
want to be just a
love-
hater, but I
I
don't want to
know.
be a liar.
I
you
love
know?
Kiki, but I think that, it's taken a lot for him today. Monday I talked to him about, his training, and and the week before that, we talked about him doing hip hop, and he's like, I've never taken a hip hop class.
Right.
And then last week he's like, I've never taken a ballet class.
It's about time.
I mean, it's
Yes.
great boy's doing it. So I'm impressed.
He is showing up every week, and
Yeah.
I mean, he might slither in
He might.
far. Like I think he's going to be a little bit of a black horse in this for sure.
But I think
You
Jenna,
think so?
that's another instance of where an all-star can help you, because Jenna's got such a great following.
Yeah,
Everybody
she
loves
does.
Jenna.
I know, but it's
So
not.
can help with
I mean, but Kiki. So that,
I
he
wanna
was
see-
not a fan favorite, but he's also not been in the bottom 3. Look at
Right,
Dassy
right.
and Mark. You guys, did you
Right.
hear the crowd when they were
Right,
in the
right.
bottom 3? People were just floored. So I think this is going to
Confused.
be such a hectic
Desi
and
and
chaos
Mark?
season. What's that?
Desi and Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, they
Dassy,
were
Dassy,
right.
Mark, and Sydney. And we'll
right.
talk about Sydney and Paul kind of as we wrap up. But yeah, they were our bottom 3.
Also, you guys, something that
Anything
we're
is
talking about
possible.
in the live chat is that the voting was open for 2 days this week, and so we were wondering if
through
that
yesterday.
was significant.
Right.
Maybe they're not getting enough votes. I don't know how.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's very possible.
We
That's
should ask
kinda-
around. We'll ask around for you guys and let you know.
And that could be something we maybe ask around on Monday too.
Can you guys
Yeah.
tell me if you guys vote?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
vote for people?
yeah.
I do.
Can you tell us who you're voting for? But you start.
I don't know.
Please
I don't know.
tell
Not
me.
yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I mean,
can't.
I think we've all kind of discussed who.
It's really
the
nice
front
that you
runners are in
vote.
our-
I
in
didn't
our
know
mind.
that. I'm not voting, but maybe I'll start voting from now.
Yeah, you got to.
What do you
Yeah,
think
I
I'm
feel
gonna-
like we'd be hypocrites if we're not voting. Everybody should be voting. I
What do
mean,
you-
this is their lives here. I mean, they're putting their life on the line or their
That's
career on
true.
the line for
That's
every
definitely
week,
life
you know?
or death. Yeah, for some people it's life or death.
This
Yeah,
is another good point in the live chat. Clash is saying that they might be doing a double elimination since they did that last season.
Yes.
And I agree 100% because I don't know if it was Nigel or Mary in one of the interviews said she was, I think it was Mary, was surprised that 2 people didn't go home. So she was happy. I think I think it was Mary, and I think it was last week. And I think check the interviews, guys, because it's all in there.
Right.
But,
Or you mean it's a family show and like we want to see like a little bit more drama with all the respect.
Maybe.
Let me see some.
Yeah.
I like the routine of like Fiction and Dassy was very dirty, which I love it. I love it. Not dirty,
very.
like but it was he brought it in a different side of Dassy, and I loved it.
right.
But yeah, I want to see a little bit more
But
drama
I mean,
here.
that's the story of this show is that everybody's colors have to be seen. You can't see one just palette, or
Right,
one color. You have to see the whole palette. So I feel like you've got to see Dassy sexy and sultry. You've got to see her sweet. And I mean, the most that these dancers can just show themselves in terms of their personality and their dance style, that's how you do it. Again,
Yes.
look at Fiction. Fiction, nobody thought he could do contemporary. Look at
Right.
him. And then we talked about this earlier. Look at Comfort. Comfort has just blown
I think
up as an
she's
all-star.
she's the winner of the show. She's in the All-Star, but she's the winner.
Comfort has just shown
Yeah.
up.
She's killing it. She's definitely killing it. But I think it's a matter of taste. Like You like more people that more aggressive, like dancers that are more aggressive. I like, people that are more laid back or like more chill or a little bit. It's a matter of
it's the
taste.
flavor of the week, depending on who. Some people might really be bored watching a ballroom routine, but then they're looking at temporary.
Right.
They're into it. So
But
everybody has their different.
But also,
styles.
as a dancer, or just as a viewer, I saw everything already. So I just want to see everybody standing up, like in their choreography. I want to see different. I want to see different things, bit different. But this is why I love Kaylee. When I think about it, I love Kaylee since day one because style is everything. Personality and character is everything. Not just in dance, not just in art, in life in general.
Oh,
She's different.
You're talking about Kaylee?
Kaylee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I know she had the first week, the first live show. They were a little bit off, but still.
Right. I think it's good that they got that first weird week out of the way in the beginning, because now she's definitely opening up. I know in interviews the first week she just felt off, and she didn't really want to talk.
Deflated.
She was deflated, but I think that this week
was a shock.
And yeah,
To
I
live
feel like
shows.
yeah, exactly. But I feel like she's feeling a lot better and feeling more confident, and she's able to to show her personality more, which is
Well,
good.
and like we
definitely
talked
see
about,
it.
maybe being in the bottom 3 is one of the best things that can happen to you early on, because it gives you that push and that drive.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make anybody feel safe.
Right.
I think it's
Definitely,
crucial.
you can take it either side, for motivation or for like frustration. But
Right.
in this show, you gotta take it for motivation. You gotta push through, and being in the bottom is not the worst thing that can happen to you. The
Right.
worst thing that will happen is just you're gonna go home.
Right,
No, but
but then you're going on tour, so it's
Exactly.
like,
Right,
And
but
we'll touch more on that about what
Yeah.
Sydney said about that, but I totally agree with you. And there's so many doors.
Right.
You get in the top 10, there's so many doors that this will open. That it's easy for us to sit here and be like, oh, you shouldn't be sad. But of course.
Of course, you gotta be
this
sad.
far, and,
Yeah, I remember when we're gonna talk about it, but when I got voted off of So You Think You Can Dance, I was devastated.
Sure.
Even though I was like over dancing already, I couldn't see anymore like the stage and stuff. It was really hard. I was devastated. Of course, you want to win this show. There is a reason you're on this stage. There is a reason you're working that hard. So yeah, for sure, we're gonna talk about it later.
How'd you guys
for
feel
sure.
about Marco in Queen's? Hip hop.
What do you think?
I thought it was good.
Do
They went
really?
they went gangster
Right.
for us on
Yeah.
Monday, didn't they?
They got-
the tears.
They got as their choreographer Dave Scott says, they brought the monster out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We saw a different side. That's for again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Everybody was out of their comfort zone this week.
so good. Yeah, it was amazing. I love the wardrobe. I love the concept with the mirror. Definitely at the end of the routine, I had goosebumps. Of course, which is very important. Which means they touched my soul, and I felt
Yes.
it. There is something beautiful between them, between both of them. It seems like they know each other for years. Their relationship, the trust, the level of trust. They say that the level of trust they have between them, from 1 to 10, is 100,
Wow.
which is 10 times
Yeah.
fast
10
calculation.
times 10.
That's yes.
Let me think about it. That's 10 times.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 100 times. Yes, 100. The
We can
trust.
do
human
math here.
calculator.
So
But
you think you
It's-
can
Do
dance.
you
Yeah.
understand? Do you understand that it doesn't matter how you dance in some point, as long as you have your partner, you trust your partner.
Yeah. Of
course,
How they,
yeah.
you can
Yes.
see the energy between them. I don't know what is it, but they just vibe well in
and
chemistry.
that and
It wasn't maybe my favorite
For them,
number
no,
of
of course
them.
not, but
Sure.
I
definitely.
think my favorite was probably last week with the insect. That was like incredible. But I think that they did a great job.
the shapes we talked about that. The
Oh.
shapes of
Shapes.
last week were
Yeah.
untouchable.
Oh, the African jazz.
Yes, the African.
Sean Cheeseman,
Yeah.
respect. Sean Cheeseman's
that
killing
was
it.
killer. That was
Yeah.
really killer.
Always killing it. Sean Cheeseman never made it cheesy.
So another hip hop. I was gonna see what you guys thought about Sydney and Paul, because I thought that she killed it. I thought she did awesome. I don't know if because they already knew she was going home, maybe they were like taking a little bit of a negative spin, the judges. But I was like, why are we? I thought she got down.
Do you feel like they already had preconceived
I think
thoughts about her
this
going
is
home?
just an opinion.
don't
I think that they have an inclination, or they kind of know,
Who's in the bottom 3?
and
Okay.
they might, their comments might reflect that a little bit, just to kind of give everybody a heads up. But they really went for it, and I thought it was good. I thought she really got. I was impressed.
It was good, but do you
I thought
think
she was better than Paul.
you see her?
Good
But do you
hip-hop.
see? Do you
I don't
see
know.
Sydney? You could see Sydney in the top 2, top 4.
No, I'm not saying that.
Top
I'm
4.
saying that I disagreed with the backlash that the judges gave her because I thought she did great.
Yes, I agree with you.
For what she was given.
I definitely agree with you. I think that the judges certainly know or tipped off a bit on who the bottom 3 is, and then I do wonder if it's kind of
It's a
their
conclusion.
comments are tailored to that. However, I agree with you. I felt like she stood out. It was a subtle hip hop. There was not a lot to that. There were so many subtleties, and I felt like it was tailored for her. Luther did a great job of bringing out their funk and their precision. I mean, it was a very precise, intricate hip hop.
Right.
But yeah, no, to me again, she stood out over Paul, which is the goal. We should be looking at her. So
Right.
But unfortunately, like we've talked about over and over again, every week it's going to get harder and harder to be able to narrow it down.
But look, it was what was this genre of the style of dance? Funk?
It was hip hop. Well, it was
Hip-hop
Luther Brown.
sound.
So
Luther
yeah.
Brown.
You guys
Yeah.
do think that it was you don't think that Sydney did that well.
I don't think
Which-
you did it well. Like that's what I'm
Just
saying.
took a
Like,
live chat saying.
it's
I mean,
hip-hop
I
funk.
agree with you guys.
What about the face? What about the face?
she
I want to see. I want to see
mean,
like emotions. I
Okay,
want
so
to see her
but here's
face
the thing:
moving.
we know that it is not her. It's not either one of their
Right.
genres. I mean, if you look at every duo, it was clearly that they
Right.
were the most out of their element. So in hip hop, as you know, is not both of you know, it's not easy at all. I mean, none of these routines are
Personality.
easy.
It's a dance personality.
Yes, but I just think you have to
personality
like
dance.
dig. You have to dig so deep, and I just don't know if they had enough of that like, that people want from hip hop.
I think they were wearing. They used the glasses for too much to hide the like. It was a little bit awkward, a little bit off. It's nothing to do with the choreographer.
it was a little
it's
too
about
upright for me, to be honest with you.
Right.
It was
Right.
too like.
Yeah.
Well, because that's her background, you know.
Too.
But also, I feel like I don't know. I thought she got
Yeah,
down.
I mean, but I
Obviously,
just,
not the best routine in the
Look,
world.
yeah,
but for anybody that I was super impressed with, I
it
was like,
underwhelmed
dang.
everyone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
you
I
know.
was
like,
actually impressed.
If you ask me, I'm kind of a fan of Sydney. I think she's an
too.
amazing
Me
dancer.
too.
But I was waiting. That's the truth. I was waiting, like all this, like till this point to see Sydney in this kind of uncomfortable situation, because when you're uncomfortable,
Right.
it brings the best out of you in life in general, not only in art and dance. And she didn't stood up for when you're uncomfortable.
You don't feel like
you gotta-
she had her wow
yeah,
moment.
you gotta
Yes,
unleash the
yes.
beast,
Yes.
And yeah, being good. You said it was good. It was definitely good. It was great. I don't think so. And I'm trying to compare it to the rest of the
I mean, it's kind
the
of how I
routines of
felt
the
about.
night.
It's how I felt about Kiki and his hip hop. I feel
No,
like I feel like
100%.
they got through.
100%.
You know what I mean?
It
But
was the
weird
one with the
thing
money.
Kiki is
The one
just
with the
he's
money?
continuing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the money. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
He's
Stinking cute.
He's finding a way to like, but I think his personality is just shining a little more above too from
Yeah.
Sydney's. And
Right.
I just wanted to see get a
Well-
little bit more nastiness from Sydney.
Well, clearly
and-
something's not resonating because even
Right.
our live chat is saying, you
Right,
know.
exactly.
of
Well,
course.
and I thought this was interesting too. I talked to Vanessa after the show Monday, and she said that because last week we talked to her and she actually had tears in her eyes. She was crying because Robert went home, and she was really upset and like shocked by that. And then this week she didn't seem very affected, and so I asked her like, are you getting used to the process? And she said, well, honestly, like I had a really deep connection with Robert only because she watched the solos, not because they were like friends or whatever. But she said, Sydney was in the bottom last week too, so
Right.
it's like not
Yep.
to be expected,
Yep.
but
No.
it is one
Well,
of those things
no.
where it's competition. So
And out of the gate, 2 consecutive bottom threes is
Right.
just not.
I mean,
it's
she's
not
still
good.
Sydney. She's still she's very talented. She's very young. She has a lot of time ahead
Oh,
of her.
of course.
I
She's
heard
gorgeous.
I heard in one of her interviews that you interviewed her, right?
I did.
It was a great interview, by the way.
Thank you.
my friend.
Thank you, Asaf.
I've heard that she said that she's gonna take her time right now to find herself, and I mean, that's what I think. After this experience of So You Think You Can Dance, which is such a strong and powerful experience on your life as a person in general, I mean, and as an artist and as a human being in general, you cannot find yourself. It's about time to create yourself, to take this experience, to take it to the rest of your life, and to figure out what you want to do, or what style of dance is good for you, or what do you want to do with the rest of your life.
She's so
And
young.
she's
and
so
she has so
young.
much time. And
So young.
I love Paul just adores her. And
Right.
I love that he said too, what's so extraordinary about the tour is that there's no pressure. So she's going to learn, evolve from the tour as well.
Right.
They're going to all be together. That's going to be a whole nother experience. But this is not the end of her. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
of
you get
course
to the top 10, she will be around. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if she gets picked up by Dancing with the Stars as a, you
Right,
know, as
totally.
I mean,
as
of
a
course, if it will
dancer,
be
so.
if it will be the end of her or not, it will be only her choice. Of course, she will.
Right.
choose.
I mean, it did break my heart because I saw her face the entire interview, and
Yeah.
she just looks so. Just again, I keep using that word, but deflated. Just so sad, and of course
Right,
that's
of
natural.
course.
But
She tried to keep
I
it
want to
cool,
be
though.
like, you are so young, and you have so much time.
old
and
is she?
such
She's
a
only been
future.
here. She's been here for 9 months.
How old
She's
is
been
she?
in LA for 9 months. That girl.
And all of us who hear that who have been here for 10 years, we're like,
Can
Yeah.
someone tell me how old is she?
I think she's 19.
She's
but
19?
Let's confirm that.
She's 19.
Yeah.
That's confirmed.
Yeah,
She has a
From
boy- she has a
Utah.
boyfriend? I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Actually, I think she left a relationship. I don't know.
She
Can,
did.
can someone
She was
text?
the
in a
one. Remember,
relationship.
she was one that left a relationship to come to.
Right.
LA.
She left the relationship. She's single. If you guys can tweet on the live
Oh
chat,
my gosh.
her number for. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
are
I'm just kidding.
so
We gotta keep it-
weird. Okay.
Romance.
Also, Sadie. Sadie said that Kiki's gonna make it to the finale because of Jenna fans. That's why All Stars shouldn't be a part of the show. But like we were
Got
saying
it.
earlier,
I don't think so.
I think they're gonna get. I think next week. Probably. That's just my
Yeah.
prediction. They're going to get paired up with other people. It's going to be.
Right.
They have to, and that's why I was
I don't
making
think
that
it'll get
comment.
them to the top.
That's exactly why I was making that comment. That I feel like how far has these All Stars have the All Stars kind of given them breath? So that's gonna
Right.
what's really gonna change things up is who's
Right.
being paired with who, all the switch ups. I know we have solos, but I just it's gonna be good, guys.
I just can't
Yeah.
wait. I cannot wait to watch Kaylee, my friend. And no, it's not just because I
love
like
her.
admire
Her solos are my favorite.
Oh my
I cannot
God.
stop watching her.
Listen, I know when someone is good when he's like giving me not just goosebumps, but I'm starting screaming like a baby. I'm like, oh, oh.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, I
you were
was.
squirming through that whole
And
thing.
yeah, and it happened to me only with 2 people. It was with Logan and the amazing Impavido Kaylee.
yeah.
And I want to tell you that. Sorry, I love the. I'm getting excited. I love.
Flipping tables up in here,
Sorry.
flipping them.
I'm living. I loved her. I love their choreography, and I want to talk about like maybe less talk, more art.
Oh, I
Oh,
love.
you really
Yeah.
liked that one.
Yep.
I like
Yep.
that one because I love fusion. I really love my favorite genre of music is fusion jazz by Miles Davis,
Ooh.
the man himself, of course. But when I see jazz with kind of the fusion of jazz and futuristic kind of dance or something like that, like the old school and new school, this is something that I know Spencer Lift, the choreographer, that's something that
Right.
he can pull off his sleeve. And I think Kylie, she was the perfect dancer to do this routine. I really enjoyed it. Like,
Right.
it gave me a lot of inspiration. And yeah, I mean, that's why I love Kaylee too, because I want, in some point when I see her dance, I want to make music like she's dancing. I want to be that powerful.
Yeah,
You
like
understand?
let's just tell you guys what happened when Asaf met Kaylee on Monday. LOL. It was like a fanboy moment. I really wish we would have gotten that on camera. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yo, she was awesome. We got it on camera, by the way, and I was almost crying.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really excited about that one.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what?
That was a beauty to watch.
I think
That was a beauty.
I think that is true love, but
And you're going blue next week. You promised.
100%.
yeah, he's gonna do. They almost have the same hair.
Just do like a little blue streak.
A
You
little
don't wanna
blue,
go all
but
blue.
first I'll call my mom.
mean, just a spray.
My mom's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
By the way, my mom's really gonna kill me if I'm gonna paint. Blue. Anyway, it says a lot about her when if she picked like Cyrus as an all-star, like as a partner, right? Am I right?
Right. Yeah. Well,
It
she
says a lot.
Well, and I
about
think
her.
that when I originally talked to her about it, she said that the reason she picked him was for the challenge, and she's always said
Yes.
that
Right.
all along. She said I knew
Yes.
that wasn't going to be an easy choice, but I wanted to learn from him. She's
Yeah.
always, really liked his
Yep.
style,
True.
liked his attitude. They are really great, and the best thing about Cyrus, I love him for this, is that he, even when was it Mary that said that Kaylee kind of outshined Cyrus this week?
Oh yeah, remember
Was it
they
Mary?
were talking about the
Yeah.
eclipse. Yes.
Oh yeah, was it Mary that
Yes.
said that?
Yeah, it
So
sure was.
I love the fact that Cyrus was so excited about that.
Yes,
he
he
was like, I am
was.
so happy because that's my job. I
Yep.
want her to shine. I want her to like really, blossom and become something in this competition. And that is
Yes.
so amazing.
Right.
He's so selfless and great. And
Well,
he's a
and
great
that's
mentor.
I'm so glad
love
you brought
him.
that up because that is exactly what I think Mary was saying is that she eclipsed him,
Right.
and that's the whole point. These all stars should really just be there as like the backing,
Exactly.
the
Right.
backing a little bit, not
Exactly.
taking the show.
Thank you.
And so I think that Cyrus, like that was probably a huge compliment for him.
Yeah.
And it's like, look at he's kind of letting his baby bird fly,
Right,
you
and
know?
think about the pressure. Like as you're an all-star, you're like, I don't want to let you down here.
Yes,
And
I got that
so-
from Allison too with Logan. That like Allison wants him to be, he's already extraordinary, but she wants him to kind of fly on his own and do his own thing. So
Right,
So
exactly.
definitely,
will.
if you think about it,
Yeah.
Kaylee's journey till this point, it started like really high, went like this, and now she's like going
Yeah.
up again. I think what I really loved about her solo this time is that she was so free. She was free, and to feel free and to dance like nobody's watching you on the live show when you're in front of like millions of people.
She
and
just gets to showcase her unique style, which is what
Exactly.
everybody fell in love with at auditions. That's why I
Exactly.
think, particularly for her, I feel like the solos are just such an amazing
Exactly.
showcase for her.
And that is
Yeah.
like, this is a good dancer. She can dance by herself,
Yeah.
without the all-star. And she picked, it says a lot about her. She picked Cyrus as the partner, and she took a risk. And the bigger the risk, the bigger the
Right.
success.
Right.
And I do respect it. And she's still one of my favorites. And she was struggling with the heels, by the way, but I didn't say it.
One thing that I thought, we're talking about solos, and Sydney, both weeks did the ballroom
Yeah.
thing, and I wish, because I was looking at her Instagram today, again, weirdo.
Oh, we all
she,
do it.
she's got so many great videos of her doing contemporary and stuff. I'm
Yes.
like, ooh, I kind of wish you would have done that in your solo.
Or blended it,
Just one
done a
week.
little like, sure.
I would have liked to see that, because I think everybody, when you get like, you're in a hole, you're pigeon, whatever.
Yes.
And people kind of like pinpoint you as the ballroom
Especially
girl.
with ballroom,
Right.
she
Right,
needed to
but I would have liked to
have a
see if she
fusion.
could have like shined a little bit, just to say, hey, by the way, you guys, I can actually do contemporary too.
Definitely.
That
would have been
Yeah,
nice to see.
I would have
Again, to be free on this stage is not easy, and and not to hold back and to feel like it's like a second nature to you on this stage. It's not easy at all. So this is,
Right.
I mean,
and
you
we're picking such minute details
Right,
because
I know.
of how
Of course.
amazing.
I know. Yeah, sometimes
contestants
you
are.
win, sometimes you learn.
That is
My friend,
truth.
you were very surprised that I know who Miles Davis is, right?
No, I love it. I
Like,
love it.
what,
Wow, that's-
you?
Asaf
Yes.
What do you
is like
think that
really
I-
dropping wisdom
You think
today.
that I'm
I
listening to
know.
Middle Eastern music all day?
No.
No.
No one said that.
But I wish you were, because that'd be pretty funny
Yes.
Totally funny.
to see you
Sometimes.
do those moves all day.
Oh my
Sometimes.
goodness. Well, we didn't really talk a ton about Kiki and Jenna. We did
Okay.
a smidge. But so the live chat, they were saying that they feel like he's going to be in the finale.
Oh.
That's a prediction, right?
well-
They feel like he might be in the top 4.
Yeah, I believe it was Sadie said he's going to get farther because of Jenna. But I
Okay.
don't think that that's a guarantee, because I think
Of
they're
the
about
switch
to
up.
get
Yep.
switched up and repaired, and all
So
crazy stuff's gonna
my
happen.
fear is that, to me, Kiki is the next contestant not standing out. That's
Kiki.
just-
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. When
Really?
I'm looking at Logan, Kaylee, Dassy, Mark, and there's just so much
Exactly.
uniqueness, and I don't know. I just wonder again, can ballroom? He might need to fuse something in with that ballroom to really stand out.
You need-
Right, which is
need
tough
to.
because it sounds like he hasn't had a lot of training and other stuff. But hey, I mean, if anybody can do it, I believe in him. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you really wanted that bad, in his day off, he will go out there to Millennium Studios and he's gonna take few classes.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. But besides that, I think that that's the thing. They said it. He's gonna make it to the finale because of Jenna, right? Jenna.
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 Yeah.
But it's not about Jenna. It's about Kiki.
Right.
She's just there to.
But I
be
just
there
wonder
for
if
him.
the votes are coming through a little more like on the emotional side for the
Right.
who's connected to which All-Star. So
We're
that's
gonna see
be
next week. Definitely.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
Oh, I just can't wait.
Ooh.
I just hope that it will be nice if people from like on social media will be
Yeah.
able to pick like to give suggestions for the duos.
It will certainly be a new direction. And on the topic of new directions,
Oh, yeah.
bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum,
So
bum,
our
bum,
friends,
bum, bum,
all
bum,
of you
bum, bum.
amazing AfterBuzz TV supporters, everyone who tunes in, watches all of our shows.
We love you guys.
We love you.
So much love. On behalf of everyone, Maria and Kevin, the entire crew at AfterBuzz, we thank you so much for your support. We are going to be switching things up a smidge. We're not losing shows. We're not losing shows. We're just going to evolve a little bit. So more of the shows that you love. I know that some shows are only on maybe once a year, twice a year. We're going to be combining some of those so that it's, more. You'll see more hosts, more opinions. It's just going to be really, really, really good stuff. We just want to become. One of the things that people love about us is that we're the ESPN of TV.
Exactly.
And so we want to keep carrying that torch and have more in-depth coverage.
I think it will be amazing
Right,
because
so our YouTube channel now will be divided into like 9 sections by genre. We'll have dramas, comedies, reality competitions, wrestling and sports, animation, sci-fi, fantasy, superheroes, red carpets, and lastly, our own featured and original content. So that's exciting.
that.
There's going to be a lot
I
of
think
stuff.
that's really exciting because maybe eventually we got like AfterBuzz will become like to be a TV station, like a TV network, like a real one.
It really
I
is.
think-
We all know it's not going to happen quickly.
No,
You
it's
know
not-
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's
It's going to
definitely-
be, we just want you
Yeah.
guys, to bear with us and be excited with us as we grow because Maria has put this
Yeah.
company and this network on her shoulders, and we are
Yeah.
so blessed and so honored to be a part of that. And we just thank you guys because we couldn't do it without
It's
you.
not gonna it's not gonna happen
what-
overnight or
right,
something.
yeah. It's
Or
not going to
like-
happen overnight. And one way to keep up with it is
Yeah.
you can actually subscribe to our monthly newsletter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's launching in September, and check out our AfterBuzz after shows with
Yeah. Just participate and like
Yeah,
give us
your
feedback.
participation, your
Be
feedback,
part of it.
everything.
Be part of it. Like I mean, AfterBuzz will never be AfterBuzz without you guys. So please keep supporting us. We're gonna
Right.
support you and definitely you part of it.
And
We're all here together.
they're being custom tailored to you guys, our audience. So
100%.
just something to look out for.
I can't
So new
wait.
directions.
So many new shows coming up. I'm so happy.
Such good stuff. Oh, there's good stuff.
Okay, do you guys want to take a look at the live chat because
By
it's
the way,
going on?
by the
do
way,
it.
happy.
Okay, so I
Tab guy
feel like
was
she might
good.
be. Okay, wait. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but Lex could do everything, and he was really good at Tab. I feel like she might be overshadowed by Lex, Logan, and Kaylee. So Koine. They're talking about
Koine,
Koine.
yes.
Oh,
And
I would love
they're
to.
saying that Koine is getting a little bit overshadowed. And
Absolutely
I do
agree with that.
think, yeah, that
Yep.
I really don't see Koine. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like
I
she's
think-
kind of the last person we think of, but she's amazing.
Yes, but do you feel like I almost feel like it's the connection between her and Marco that's keeping her on
Right.
my radar.
That you just
versus-
like assume that they'll be there. Like I don't like
Yes.
feel like I need to talk about it because I feel like
Well,
she'll
but
just be
their
there.
story is endearing. But
Right.
but I feel like her on her own, or maybe paired up with someone else. How is that going to pan out?
I think it will be
Yeah.
great. What do you think about her solo? I think she had a very sexy
she's strong.
solo.
She's very strong.
Yeah.
Very professional. You can see she's well trained, and I think she's charming.
But so is Taylor, and
right.
so
But
so is Kaylee.
She's
It's-
charming. She's
Yeah.
really charming. And
She's charming.
if you didn't notice it, but we're talking about the same people at first every week, which means Logan, Lex, Impavido, Mark, because those are the people who stood
Right.
out, and I think those are the people. Those are the dancers that we're gonna see in the finale.
Absolutely.
Well, and I think you have
yeah.
a good point with saying that Koine and Marco. That's another reason why we notice
Yes.
Koine and why we really appreciate her right now. But I am a little bit. I'm just a little bit nervous for what
yes.
happens if she's paired with someone else. I'm sure she'll still shine, and everybody in the group chat loves her. So and I think it's true. I think she's a great performer. But I think that one of the reasons we're so drawn to her is
Right.
because of that connection she
Right.
has.
Right,
with
right.
Marco.
It's a beautiful
So-
story.
Well, and they had such a phenomenal week one. I mean,
Right.
content
And
that
week
piece.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's necessary.
Ooh,
I know who-
yeah. I mean, again, we are. It's by just hair thin margins that people are going to be going home this season.
No.
And we talked about this as well. It's going to come down to one bad
day.
just off night. I don't even like
Yeah.
using the word bad, but just maybe one off dance.
Right.
Right.
I mean, what do you think about? We didn't talk about Robert and Taylor, but I think in general Taylor.
The samba, they.
I think Robert and Taylor are they're good. I think Taylor, she's good. She's great. You know what? More than that, she's perfect.
Yeah.
Everything is perfect. Like there's no
think she's
mistakes. But
perfect.
again, it's So You Think You Can Dance. Give me a little bit more than just perfection, because perfection is not everything.
It will be interesting to see how next week's bottom three are, because I definitely, I know you guys feel the same way. Their samba was just not where their dance was not where it needed to be compared to these others.
Right.
But I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Are people now voting, I'm not really a fan of that dance, or Taylor's bomb, I'm voting for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I
where
know
that's
she's
panning out.
talented.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to see. I really want to see Logan team up with maybe Koine. I would like to see it.
Like if you're talking about contestant.
Exactly. I'll tell you why. Because maybe the ones that always on the top.
That'd be an interesting pairing, though.
Exactly.
Tall. He's tall and she's a little bit shorter. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
People want to see Koine and Fik-shun.
Oh,
That'd be I think that would be a good pair too. 'Cause
I agree.
I feel like their personalities would get along.
I
really
agree.
well.
true. That can be nice.
Yeah, Fik-shun seemed a little just underwhelmed about life when we were interviewing him. I could see he was
they were
just
just
sad.
a little bummed and surprised, and Fik-shun's always done so well in everything he does.
I'm sure it was a shock because they've been front runners in this competition
Right.
since it
Who was
started.
who was
I
their
think that they still
choreographer?
are. I
I'm
think
sorry.
that it was just a weird. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, the samba. I want to say something about the samba because I work with John Mark, which is hilarious. He's a character. He's doing also Dancing with the Stars in Canada, in France.
Ooh, busy guy.
He's a
Yeah.
busy guy. So if he's on So You Think You Can Dance, it's like
Did he choreograph anything for you?
exactly.
Great.
But there is something about him that I noticed. He's not working with with numbers. He's just you just have to remember how to do the steps. It's not like
It's not by
specific.
counts?
It's not by counts. Thank
Okay.
you. It's not only by counts, which I struggle the most with it, and that's actually the routine that voted me off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Oh, the poor samba.
yeah, it was
that's,
kind of
that's hard to draw from the hat.
yeah.
Yeah, it really
Unfortunately,
is.
but yeah, Taylor again. She's a great dancer.
Yeah.
She's a great dancer. Again,
Absolutely.
perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Awesome.
you got to do it by yourself.
We are in for a treat next week, and sadly, we will be seeing our 8 go to 7. It just keeps dwindling.
Maybe a double
I
elimination.
know,
You
right?
never
Maybe.
know.
I think
Maybe
every week we
6.
should keep our surprised hats on.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Yeah.
So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I am
Yes.
Becky Sattero. You can find me on all social media at Becky Sattero and my friends.
Amazing. Again, thank you guys so much for joining in the group chat. If there's anything we didn't mention, please feel free to copy and put it in the comments, and we will be sure to reply
Or questions
there.
to ask the
and
contestants.
questions to ask the contestants will be at all the live shows from the rest of the season. Also, be sure to check out the interviews, make
Yes.
comments, share. We just I think it's fun to get
Yeah,
in
it's
depth.
fun to get questions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
ask
It's
us.
great.
And
Feel
tell
free,
us.
please.
I'm Tiege Dooley-Panko, and you guys can find me in TDP. All right, I got it all out.
You better add 2 of these beautiful hosts here on social media because I'm gonna do it, and I'm Asaf SAFGOREN1. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube, especially Saturday.
Aww, we love you all. We'll see you next week.
Yay! Thank you guys so much. See you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.